Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children, I am happy to welcome you all for our online teaching academy Ekalaiva. For the class 10, subject biology, unit 17, reproduction in plants and animals. Today, we are going to discuss about fertilization to fetal development. In the last class, that is previous class, we discussed the menstrual cycle, what are the events takes place in menstrual cycle, and then structure of sperm, structure of ovum, all that we already discussed. Today, we are going to discuss about fertilization to fetal development. Children, do you know about fertilization, right? What is fertilization? Fusion of gametes, right? Fusion of sperm and the ovum in case of human beings, that is called fertilization. In human beings, fertilization is internal fertilization, that means the fusion of gametes takes place inside the body. Okay. So, fertilization in humans is internal and occurs in the oviduct of the female genital tract. What is oviduct? Where it is present? Oviduct is nothing but fallopian tube. A pair of ovaries is situated or located in the lower abdominal of the female body, you know very well, right? And this part from here to here, this part is called fallopian tube or oviduct. The word duct means tube. Okay. So, once the mature egg, that is ovum, is released from the ovary and it is slowly passed on to infundibulum, umbula and isthmus. This infundibulum, umbula and isthmus, these three are collectively called as fallopian tube or oviduct. Here the site of fertilization takes place in particular, that is in umbula region. Okay. So, it takes place means fertilization takes place usually in the umbula of the fallopian tube. So, three different parts of fallopian tube. The first here, this is called infundibulum. Infundibulum, followed by this part is called umbula and this part is called isthmus. So, this infundibulum, umbula and isthmus, these three are said to be fallopian tube. This is the site of fertilization. Clear children? And oocyte is nothing but egg, that is ovum, and oocyte is alive for 24 hours, that is one day after it is released from the follicle. Fertilization must take place within 24 hours. The sperm enters into the ovum and fused with it, resulting in the formation of zygote. Zygote is nothing but fertilized egg. Okay. So, sperm, male gamete fused with the female gamete to form a single celled cell, that is called zygote. It is diploid in nature. The haploid sperm fused with the haploid ovum to form a diploid cell, that is called zygote. The other name for zygote is fertilized egg. This process is called fertilization. The next step, cleavage and formation of blastula. Once the zygote is formed, it slowly divides, it cleaves into 2 cell stage, then 4 cell stage and multiple stage, that is called morula stage, blastocyst, blastomere and gastrula. So, all these we are going to see in detail. First, the cleavage, the first cleavage takes place about 30 hours after fertilization. So, the zygote divide into 2 celled stage. Okay. The cleavage is a series of rapid mitotic cell divisions of the zygote to form many cells called blastula. Blastula is nothing but many celled stage. Okay. So the first cleavage takes place after 30 hours of fertilization. The zygote divides into two, cleave into two, that is rapid mitotic division takes place of zygote to form many celled blastula, also called as blastocyst. See the picture here, children. This is ovary. Here the mature ovum is released out. Mature ovum is also called as egg. Okay. So this released ovum enters into the fallopian tube or oviduct. Here the male sperm fused or enters into the egg to form a zygote. Okay. The fusion of egg and sperm nuclei takes place. This is a place where the fusion of egg and the sperm nuclei fused. Okay. So then the fusion is over, means it formed as a zygote. The haploid cell of male and then female haploid cell fused together to form a diploid cell, that is called zygote. Zygote is nothing but fertilized egg. It takes place in the umbella part of the fallopian tube. Once the zygote is formed, then cleavage takes place. Cleavage and formation of blastocyst takes place. Clear? So cleavage, first mitotic cell division to form a single zygote, it divides into two cells, two celled stage, that is called cleavage cell, two celled stage. Then it divides into 4, then it divides into 8, and it changes into morula. This is a morula, M-O-R-U-L-A, morula. Okay. So once the zygote change into 2 cell stage, then 4 cell stage, and then 8 cell stage, and then 16 cell stage, like that. Then morula is changed into blastocyst, and blastocyst is implantation. That means placed on, it is implanted on the uterine walls of the uterus. So from here, that is from the umbella part of the oviduct, from here to here, that so many divisions, so many cleavage takes place. Single cell divides into 2, then it cleaves into 4, then 4 to 8, 8 to 16, then 64, and it changes into blastocyst, and this blastocyst is implanted in the uterus wall. This is called uterine wall. Implant on the uterus wall. Okay. See the picture here, children. This is the oocyte. The fusion of sperm with egg, that is ovum, takes place, and day 1 it is formed into zygote. Once the fusion takes place, the zygote formed at the day 1, that is after fertilization, the zygote formed. Then day 2 it divides into 2 celled stage, and then day 2 again it divides into 4 celled stage, and then day 5 64 celled stage, that is called morula. After that, day 6 it changes as blastocyst. Then blastocyst slowly migrated and it is implanted on the uterus wall. Okay. The next one is implantation. What do you mean by implantation, children? Implantation is nothing but attachment of blastocyst on the uterus wall, that is called implantation, right? See here, the blastocyst is also nothing but fertilized egg. Okay. So the blastocyst reaches the uterus and gets implanted in the uterus. See the picture here, children. See, this is the ovum. Here the fertilization takes place and zygote formed here, and 2 celled stage, 4 celled embryo, and then 16 or 64 cell stage, that is called morula. and then day 5 it is changed as blastocyst, and this blastocyst slowly migrated and it is attached in the uterus, the walls of the uterus. That is called implantation, attachment of fertilized egg on the uterus wall. That is called implantation. Clear, children? See here, this is the uterus structure. Here only the blastocyst is implanted. Okay. The process of attachment, very very important word. The process of attachment of the blastocyst. Blastocyst is nothing but fertilized egg, as I said earlier. So the process of attachment of blastocyst to the uterus or uterine wall is called implantation. So the name of the uterine wall is endometrium. Endometrium is nothing but the walls of the uterus. That is the site of attachment. That is here only the blastocyst is attached. Okay. The next one, the fertilized egg, that is blastocyst, becomes implanted in about 6 to 7 days after fertilization. Fertilization completed, and then it takes 6 to 7 days to reach the particular fertilized egg on the uterus wall. Okay. So the attachment takes place about 6 to 7 days after fertilization. Clear, children? The next one is gastrulation. Gastrulation is nothing but transformation of blastula or blastocyst into gastrula. That is called gastrulation. So once again I am repeating the same. Transformation of blastula into gastrula and the formation of primary germ layers, that is ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. So primary germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, by rearrangement of the cells is called gastrulation. Gastrulation is nothing but the transformation of blastula into gastrula and the formation of primary germ layers, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, by rearrangement of the cells is called gastrulation. This takes place after the process of implantation. So the changes, when the changes takes place means after the implantation is over. After the blastocyst is attached on the uterus wall, then the blastocyst is changed into gastrula and formation of primary germ layers, that is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Clear, children? Yes. After that, the next one is organogenesis. Wherever you hear the word genesis means formation. What is that? Formation. Genesis means formation. Organogenesis means formation of organs. Very simple, children. Organogenesis means formation of organs. See here, the establishment of the germ layers, namely ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, initiates the final phase of embryonic development. Okay. Then during organogenesis, that is during organ formation, the various organs of the fetus are established, that is formed. Clear? From the different germ layers, attaining a functional state. Okay. The next one is formation of placenta. You know already about placenta. Placenta is nothing but a disc shaped structure. Clear? It connects the maternal tissue to the fetus. It acts as a bridge. It supplies respiratory gases, nutrients to the fetus. Okay. See here. The placenta is a disc shaped structure attached to the uterine wall, that is endometrium, and it is a temporary association, that connection between the maternal tissue and the fetus. Maternal tissue means what? Mother's tissue. Clear? So it is a temporary association between the developing embryo and the maternal tissues. Clear? Then it allows the exchange of food materials, diffusion of oxygen, and then excretion of nitrogenous waste substances and elimination of carbon dioxide. So the placenta acts as a temporary structure that acts as a temporary structure. It has associate the exchange of food materials, diffusion of oxygen, excretion of nitrogenous waste substances and elimination of carbon dioxide. And then a cord, a tube. Cord is nothing but a tube, a cord containing blood vessels that connects the placenta with the fetus is called umbilical cord. Cord is nothing but a tube which containing blood vessels that connects the placenta with the fetus is called umbilical cord. And then the next one is pregnancy. Pregnancy is also called as gestation, right? So it is a time period during which the embryo attains the development in the uterus. So development of embryo takes place inside the uterus, you know very well, right? So normally gestation period of human lasts for about 280 days. It may vary 1 or 275 to 285. That exact day is 280 days. Okay. So during pregnancy, the uterus expands up to very important one 500 times of its normal size. So during gestation period, the uterus expands and it reaches up to 500 enlarged structure, 500 times enlarged. So during pregnancy, the uterus expands up to 500 times of its normal size. Clear? And then parturition. Parturition means childbirth. Parturition is the expulsion of young one from the mother's uterus at the end of gestation. Clear? So here very important hormone, oxytocin. Oxytocin from the posterior pituitary. You know very well, pituitary gland has two parts, anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. The posterior pituitary secretes a hormone called oxytocin. This oxytocin of the posterior pituitary stimulates the uterine contractions. It stimulates the contraction of uterus and provides the force to expel the baby from the uterus, causing birth. Okay. So this particular hormone, what hormone? Oxytocin from the posterior pituitary stimulates the uterus contraction and provides force to expel the baby from the uterus, causing birth. Okay. The next one is lactation, providing milk to the young one. Okay. The process of milk production after childbirth from the mammary gland of the mother is called lactation. Okay. The first fluid which is released from the mammary gland after childbirth, that is after delivery, is called colostrum. It is a very important one more question. The first fluid which is released from the mammary gland of after childbirth is colostrum. It is straw yellow in color. It is not white color, straw yellow in color. It contains all the essential nutrients and then very important body building things is there. Okay. So milk production from alveoli of mammary gland is stimulated by prolactin hormone. It is also secreted from the anterior pituitary. So the milk production from the alveoli of the mammary gland is stimulated by prolactin. Then the ejection of milk, that is comes out from the mammary gland. The ejection of milk is stimulated by posterior pituitary hormone called oxytocin. Oxytocin have dual role. First one, it expels the baby from the uterus. Okay, the contraction of uterus wall also by the oxytocin. The second one, the ejection of milk is stimulated by the posterior pituitary hormone called oxytocin. Clear, children? Thank you, children. We will see in the next class.